guys, it's Pinkstar. Welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be going through my August and September reading wrap up. So this is all the books that I read in both August and September. Since it's nearly the end of October, I figured I'd better get on to doing this video. It's probably going to be November by the time I have this uploaded, so yes, need to get onto it so that then I am caught up and I can just do my October wrap up as one video rather than combining a couple of months. But these weren't the best reading months, so that's why I combined them together. So anyway, starting off with August, the first book I read was a reread, and that was The Final Strife by Sarah El-Arifi. Once again was a 5-star. Absolutely love this book. I can't wait to read The Battle Drum next month. Hopefully I love it. It's my plans to read for November. If it's anything like this one, it's going to be another 5-star. Honestly, if you haven't read The Final Strife, I highly recommend it. It's just so well done. I love the fact that there's like different blood colours that represent a person's like rank in society, and the challenges that come with the different ranks, and yeah, people trying to break those ranks and things as well. Also, I just love the main character, and I love both the main characters. There's two of them really, well three, it's kind of three. So there's three main girls that you follow, and they're all of different blood colours, which is really interesting. And yeah, I don't know, I just absolutely love it. I love the whole like trials that Anor has to go through. It's just great. Yeah, I highly recommend this. Also deals with like drug abuse and things like that. It's just great. Highly recommend it. And the ending was like blow your mind. I have no idea what's going to happen, so really looking forward to the next one. Alright, next up was my Brandon Sanderson book for the month, which was Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. I really enjoyed this book. I was hoping I would love it more than I did. I gave this a 4-star. I really wanted it to be a 5-star, but unfortunately it just took way too long for me to get invested in it. And it felt a little bit repetitive. If you've read it, you may know what I'm talking about. But I did love the concept. I love the two main characters. It definitely had the Final Fantasy X feel. Like, this is inspired by Final Fantasy X's Tidus and Yuna. And I definitely felt that. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I feel like it was lacking a little bit in the romancy side of things. I feel like they could have added a bit more. I know that Brandon Sanderson's not really known for his romance, so I guess that's why. There was a few things that were a little bit lacking, and the main thing was the repetitiveness, but otherwise I love the characters, I love the story, I love the whole idea of it. I love the like idea of this like nightmares coming out and then people having to like paint them into like a canvas sort of thing, kind of turning them into something not so scary was really cool. I loved that concept, and I also really liked Yumi's job. It was kind of like jobs that they swap, and Yumi is she's like a priestess sort of thing, and she stacks rocks to draw out spirits, and I found that really fascinating. It's such a mundane job that she turned into something that was so artistic. Yeah, and she had so much passion about it, and I really enjoyed that. So I did really like this book. I gave it a 4 stars. I just wish it was a 5-star read, but it wasn't. So far out of all of the special projects, the first one, Tress of the Emerald Sea, has been my favourite. Next, I read The Kiss Quotient. This one was just cute. So I read this by audiobook. I really enjoyed the characters in this one, and it was just a fun, nice, like romancy story. Yeah, I just really enjoyed the two characters. The fact that they both thought that they didn't like feel that they were worthy of the other person as well was just, I don't know, it was just cute. I really enjoyed it. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars, and I would highly recommend you pick this up if you like some romance stories, just like a cute romancy story, nothing too smutty. I mean, there's a little bit in there, but yeah, it is just a really nice romance story and I really enjoyed it. And lastly, in August, I read The Lady of the Lake, which is the final of the main story of The Witcher. I've still got one more book to read, Seasons of the Storm, I think, which is just a novel set in the world, but it's not the main story. So this ended the conclusion of the main story of The Witcher. I gave this one a 3 out of 5 stars. Unfortunately, I feel like the first 2 Witcher books, the like novellas, were the best. And then I feel like the main story has kind of been like a 3.5, like 3.5 star for each of the books. There's just too much waffling going on. Like I feel like maybe it's a translation situation because I think it was originally written in like Polish or something. But yeah, it's just so much waffle, and the fact that they always repeat people's full names over and over again. Like, I know who you're talking about, you don't need to do that. We get whole chapters based on some random soldier in the army that I don't care about. I just feel like there's so much that could be cut out, and this could have been condensed into like 3 books and it would have been amazing. Because Geralt, Ciri and Yennefer's stories I absolutely love, and I just wanted to see more of them the whole time. I did like everything from Ciri on this one. This one was really, like, a lot of it was based on Ciri, which I really enjoyed, and obviously I love the conclusion of it, and what happened there at the end. I just really wish I feel like it could have been so much better than it was. I feel like this is something that a lot of people who have read the Witcher books have actually said, that this is what they feel is like the weakest of the Witcher mediums. I don't really agree because I feel like the show is pretty bad. But the games are like one of my favourite games. Like, I absolutely love the Witcher games, and I prefer them over the books. I want it to be so much better than it is, and I just think it's the way it's written that I just can't get into, and that's what brings it down, unfortunately. But the main core story itself I really enjoyed. I just wish there wasn't so much of the random waffly extra parts that I don't care about in there. If that was gone, it would be like amazing. Yeah. It's a shame. I wish someone would rewrite it or, you know, like shortened, condensed version. It would be great. But anyway, there's all the books for August. Right, moving on to September. First off, I decided to start the Plated Prisoner series via audiobook, which I got out of the library. So to start this off, we have Guilt. I started this one and I was like, this is kind of a little bit strange, really badly written, but it was still enjoyable. I gave this a 3-star rating. I feel like there's a lot more that could have been done. It felt quite short, and I didn't feel like I really got to know the characters in this that well. It was just kind of like a fairy tale-ish story based off King Midas. Obviously that's the main king is King Midas, and then there is Orin, who is the like gold touched lady. Yeah, I did enjoy it, but it wasn't anything amazing. As I said, the writing was pretty bad, but it was still a fun read, and I gave this 3 stars. Carrying on with that, I then also read Glint, which was book 2, and I enjoyed this a little bit more than the first one. Got to know Orin a lot better. Obviously she goes on a bit more of an adventure, travelling, we get to know guards and things, and she kind of turns up in a really bad situation, manages to get herself out, so we get to know a lot more about her, and there's a couple of twists and things. So this was a lot more enjoyable. I gave this a 3.5 stars. Still wasn't amazing. The writing was still not the best, but it's definitely a lot more enjoyable, and I started to get a little bit more into it, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the story goes. And lastly, in September, this was a really bad month. I only read 3 books. Was Mortal Longings. I did start a 4th one, but yeah, didn't get to finish that one, so that got rolled over to the following month. But yeah, I read Immortal Longings finally by Chloe Gong, and I gave this one a 4 star. I really enjoyed the story. It was not what I was expecting. It was different. It was kind of Hunger Games-ish style, like a battle royale almost, like people just put their names in and then it's kind of like a fight to the death to win the prize at the end. It was just really interesting, and I really love the magic system where they're able to jump between bodies. So the person is actually based on their chi, which is like kind of like their soul, like their inside soul, and then they can look at someone, and if they have the gene to jump, they can transfer their chi into somebody else's body as long as they're not already being possessed by somebody else, and then yeah, take over that person's body. So pretty much people are like changing bodies. They're not the same, they don't look the same all the time, but the main, like, they can still recognize the person's soul within the body, which I find really interesting. And there was a few twists in this which were not expected, which I really enjoyed, and I really liked the main character, and I liked the main love interest as well. I thought this was fantastic. Yeah, really well done. I am really looking forward to the next one after the ending. Yeah, I enjoyed this. It wasn't perfect, and it wasn't like something that was like my top book of the year or anything. I just enjoyed it. It was good. There's a couple of parts where I thought it was kind of a bit weird, and I can see how things can get a little bit confusing, but I did really enjoy the story, and I would recommend this one. Alright, so that is it for all the books that I read in August and September. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And as always, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will catch you all in my next one. Bye.